So a lot of people actually thinks SMC does not work anymore. Like a lot of people actually thinks smart money concept does not work anymore. And my question is, why do they think SMC does not work anymore? Well, you can tell me your answer in the comment section. Why do people think SMC does not work anymore? Well, I think personally, I think it is from a place of maybe they have tried learning or they have tried applying it, and one way or the other they used to maybe apply the wrong way, or maybe they are not just applying it well, or they just believe it does not work, right? But the thing is, SMC actually still works, okay? But I don't know, I'm not a professional trader, right? But from the little experience I've had in the market over the years I've traded, I've come to understand that there is no strategy that does not work, okay? I'm sorry to start by saying all these stories and not going straight to the point, right? But I still have to say it. I've come to realize that there's no strategy. Every strategy works in the market. But the only thing is that sometimes, the market is to evolve, right? The market is to evolve. They normally say that the market is what? The market is dynamic. So sometimes things change. And all you have to do is not run away from your strategy, but rather do what? Adjust, right? Refine your strategy, right? So personally, I used to believe SMC does not work anymore. Yes, that's the funny thing about it. I used to be among those that believed that SMC does not work anymore, because I used to try, trying my break of structure, Orderblock, this and that, until I met somebody that traded SMC, the refined SMC, which is the Structure Liquidity, and then I learned how to trade SMC the right way. Although I'm still learning, everybody is still learning, but at least I've been able to trade this and see results, right? And I just wanted to share it with you guys, right, on this my channel. So if you are new here, and this is probably my first video on this channel. It's a new channel, by the way. I created it to document my trading journey and also teach people who are willing or eager to learn about trading. So if you are new to Forex trading, or if you are new to this channel, if you are eager to learn about Forex trading, if you are eager to learn about trading psychology and anything trading, please subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate if you do that, and please don't forget to give this video a like, so that it might reach more people, so that other people can also learn just the way you are about to learn. So basically, this is what I trade, and this is how I trade. This is basically how I trade, and I'm going to try and say everything in this video, and also try and make this video not so lengthy, right, so that it will not bore you guys. So basically, what I trade is the refined SMC using Structure and Liquidity. If you are a Forex trader, or if you are an SMC trader that is still struggling, or if you are new to SMC or trading as a whole, pardon me, if you are new to trading as a whole and you trade Forex, you will know about structure. There's no way you will not know about structure, right? Market structure, the basics of market structure is what we have the trend, right? We have the uptrend, we have the downtrend, we have the sideways trend. So what we are seeing here is market structure. So structure is basically how the market is doing what is forming. You can see one structure might be different from the other, right? So the difference between the first one I just drew and this very one I just drew here is structure. You can see, right? You can basically see that the structures are looking different, right? So this is the chart, this is the chart. The difference is what is the structure. And some people refine the structures into patterns, like the W patterns, like the head and shoulder patterns. All of these fall under market structure, right? So basically we have the uptrend, we have the downtrend, we have higher highs and higher lows for the uptrend, right? We have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. Now basically what I trade, right, the refined SMC I'm talking about in this video is all about spotting liquidity, right? Is a combination of three things, right? Is a combination of three things, right? Number one is what? Let me try and bring it up here. Number one is what? Structure. Structure. Number one is structure. Then number two, pardon me please, number two is what? Liquidity. And number three is what? Number three is price action. Okay, I'm going to explain all these three, and I really hope this video is not long, and I hope even if it's lengthy, I hope you really watch this to the end to fully understand. And maybe I'll try and cut this video into 2 or 3 sections so that I can explain better. If this video is getting a bit lengthy, I'll try and cut it. So you better subscribe, right? I know subscribing, people don't really like to subscribe to channels, but please do subscribe, right? You're helping me and you're also helping yourself by learning, right? Thanks for subscribing, by the way. So this is number one, structure. Structure is, I've already explained structure, right? And number two is liquidity. Now, what are liquidities? Liquidities are can also be called money, right? Sorry. So what you need to know is that in every high and low of the market, there is always liquidity resting, right? Let's say this is an uptrend. There is always liquidity resting at every point. This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So every high has liquidity. There's a liquidity up here, there's liquidity below here, there's liquidity below here. And the tricky thing is about liquidity is that sometimes market will go for some liquidities and leave some liquidities. So you have to be able to spot those liquidities that market will want to target, so that you can avoid being trapped or avoid falling for traps in the market, and also use these to your own advantage, right? So that is basically liquidity, right? Liquidity can also be called money, right? So let me use another example. Why people say SMC does not work is because a lot of us know that a lot of SMC traders, right? This is what they basically trade. Let's say price is going on a downtrend, and we have something like this, right? If you're an SMC trader, you really understand what I'm saying. So what do SMC traders, the old SMC, what they basically do is that they will mark this as this double top here as their liquidity, right? They will mark this double top here as their what? As their liquidity. And what they do is what? They wait for price to come and take out that liquidity. So once they see this, they will know that this is liquidity here. And they will use this as another block. So basically use this as another block to trade from. But things have changed in the market right now, and this works, although it works, it doesn't work most of the time, right? So the market has changed, the market has evolved. Liquidities do not present themselves like this to you anymore, right? Most times right now, liquidity does not present themselves as double tops, double bottoms, or trendline liquidities. That does not really show up on the chart anymore. There's a new way to trade liquidity right now, and this does not change the way SMC used to be. It only needs you to like refine it and be up to date, right? So let's move to price action real quick so that this video won't be that lengthy. So price action right here is basically how price behaves, right? How price behaves. That is just it. How price behaves. And looking here, looking at the structure, we can see this is an uptrend and this is a downtrend, right? So let's say price pushed to the upside, did a bit of consolidation, right? Pushed aggressively again to the upside, did a pullback, pushed aggressively to the upside. Maybe the pullback might be in form of a retrace, a corrective pullback. What I mean by a corrective pullback is this. This is a corrective pullback, right? We want to see price dancing back to any zone of your choice. That's a corrective pullback. So that is basically price action, right? The price action we have here is different from the price action we had here. The price action we had here was a consolidation, like tiny consolidations, and the price action we had here was an impulsive price action. So price action is basically how the market is behaving, right? What sign it is showing you. Now we also have what we call imbalance. If you're an SMC trader, you know about imbalance very well. And we can see from the concept of imbalance, we can say that when price is creating an imbalance, the market is giving that is a separate kind of price action, right? That's a separate kind of price action. I don't know if you really understand me. Now, let's say we can say, okay, sometimes the market is always choppy, right? We can say the price action for today's price action was not well formed, or price action for today is somehow, right? I just say today's price action didn't go well. It just depends on how the market behaves at a particular point in time. So with a combination of these three things, you can be able to trade the refined SMC perfectly without any issue, right? So basically, to be able to trade SMC perfectly, you will need to understand order block, the concept of order block. You will need to be able to identify a good order block, and you need to identify liquidity, right? And I forgot to mention something about the liquidity. Now, I mentioned that the old SMC are always giving us liquidities that looks like this. Always giving us trendline liquidities, right? Always giving us trendline liquidities and double tops and double bottoms, right? This is what the old liquidity looks like. What we all knew as liquidity, we all knew we all knew this as liquidity, we call this the trendline liquidity. But right now, liquidity does not form like this because the market is dynamic and the market is tricky. The market knows that everyone now trades this, so it decided to like adjust. You understand? So sometimes we have liquidity. We can just say that just this one alone, maybe this one. You can just say this one alone can even be a liquidity on its own. I don't know if you get me. This one alone can be a liquidity on its own without even forming double bottom or trendline liquidity, right? This alone can be a liquidity. Just one, right? The old SMC was using about two or three equal lows or equal trend line trends as liquidity, but this one we can use just this one. You can even use like one pullback as a liquidity, and that is also called inducement in SMC, right? I believe some of us have heard about inducement. So I don't know if I should explain what inducement is in this video, or I should make a different video about inducement, but let's see how it goes. So okay, where did I stop? So basically, to trade SMC better currently, you have to understand liquidity, price action, and structure, right? So you have to combine these three things. They go hand in hand, right? Let me check if it's still recording. Okay, so these three things, they go hand in hand, right? And if you leave one out of the equation, you might end up either missing your entry or getting stopped out before price goes in your direction, or even getting stopped out totally, right? And price going against you, right? So let's say price is coming like this. Price is coming like this. When we were trading SMC before, we always told that after a break of structure, what we do is we wait for price to do what? Dance back to our demand zone, right? And we mark our order block, and then we start trading from there, right? That is what we all knew as smart money, right? Buying from the lows and selling from the highs. Some people use Fibonacci and a lot of stuff, to know where price is going to start buying from, right? Some will use 50%, some will use 75%, some will use 61.8, right? But do you know that currently the market doesn't work like that anymore, right? So what we now see, what we saw as another block, or where we are supposed to buy before, is now our liquidity, right? What I mean by that is this low right here, this low that we used to buy from before as our order block. The whole of this zone is what we call liquidity or inducement. So therefore, this very low here is an inducement. This is why a lot of people are trapped, and then they say SMC doesn't work, right? So let's say before price created that low, before price created this low, it created another block somewhere here. Let's say price created another block somewhere here. Right? Let's say price created another block here, and then price was dancing back to this other low. Remember, after a higher high is always a higher low, right? That is what we are told. But as an SMC trader, you should not be here looking for buy setups. It is very, very wrong. It is very, very wrong for you to be buying from here, right? So since the market is now evolving and changing, the market is now using this as our inducement or as our liquidity. So therefore, price has to do what? The price has to take out this low here, and then this is where we are supposed to be buying, right? This is the ideal place we are supposed to be buying. So this is the reason a lot of people say SMC does not work anymore, right? So people after trading this for some time, people that kind of refined this very model here, they added a lot of pros and cons, right, to this strategy, to this structure. Right? This structure doesn't work every single time when you apply it. There are certain price actions, there are certain ways price should behave at certain points or certain places for you to be able to trade this successfully. For example, if you are going to be buying from another block below here, this order block needs to be a valid order block. I don't know if you understand me. This order block needs to be a valid one. Now there are valid order blocks and there are invalid order blocks. And sometimes when you wait for price to come and turn you in, price does what? Take you out before going. Or price does what? Completely goes against you. Maybe give a little reaction and then does what? Boom to the downside. Right? There are a lot of pros and cons that are attached to this to trading these structures, and you will agree with me that I won't be able to say everything in this video. It is only going to make the video more long. So I think I should kind of stop recording from here and then maybe create another video to continue from where I stopped here. So you guys, I forgot to introduce my name. As you can see on my channel, my name is Savy, and I'm not a professional trader. I am still fighting my way to profitability. Not technically wise, but psychologically wise. And that is why I said I'll be sharing my journey on this channel too. So it's not just about technicals, right? You will agree with me that being technically good or knowing your strategy well, mastering your strategy well, you agree with me that does not guarantee profitability, right? You agree with me on that because I know that you have experienced it, right? So a lot of us, we really know our support and resistance, we know our order blocks, we know our smart money concepts, and we still don't make money in trading. As at the point I'm making this video, I'm currently trading a prop account, and with the same strategy I'm showing you, I was able to take my accounts to about 5% out of 8% target. I was able to take it to 5, and just this week alone I'm down to 3 again. From being up about 5%, I'm back to 3 or even lesser than that, right? So there are a lot of things that are included that you need to master, not just your technical. There are a lot of things you need to master, right? So Peace and love, and don't forget to subscribe. The next part of this video is coming up very soon, and you don't want to miss that. So I'll see you in my next video. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And what do you think about this video? Right? Also tell me why people think SMC doesn't work, or support and resistance doesn't work, because support and resistance actually do work, right? The only thing, like I said earlier, is that it has been refined